G'day folks, I'm Toby from Billing Metals, and today I'm just out of Smearsdale, the Surfers Point historic area, which is actually an area not allowed to fossick or prospect, but I've come out to show you a little bit of interesting history, because I'm on a little ridge here, a little point that runs down towards a gully, and this is all made up of old alluvial gravels, and there are the grand total of 2 holes along this ridge right near the end. So there's this one here. So that's an oval shaped hole, obviously slumped in a little bit. This tree falling here hasn't helped very much. And just next to it, just over here, we have a round hole, which were the traditional shaped holes the Chinese gold diggers tended to dig. And there are a lot of Chinese diggings through here, a lot of Chinese diggers in this area. So I would imagine someone's dug a test hole just over there. Could have been any time in the 1850s, 60s, 70s, who knows. And then a couple of Chinese diggers have probably tested the ground down there, found something they liked, and sunk this hole. So I might zip down there and have a bit of a look. Okay, so I've got the rope down the side. Go and have a little bit of a look there. So part of the reason the Chinese diggers dug these holes the way they did, these nice neat round holes. Apparently, so the story goes, it was to stop the spirits from hiding in the corners of the hole, so they wouldn't harass them when they were digging. I believe they were quite a superstitious people, so could very well have been the case. But I would say quite a bit of it was to do with engineering as well. So a lot of the Chinese diggers, pretty experienced, at least part-time gold miners. They did a bit of panning and mining as well as farming. And they moved across here. They had a bit of an idea about how to dig safe holes. And a round hole is a lot more stable than a rectangular or square one. So as you can see, this hole's still holding, and the one just over there is kind of slumped in. So we'll zip down there. There's not really a lot to see down here. They've literally just punched down into this layer here. That looks like bedrock there. Actually a bit of metal. Look at that, bit of metal embedded. Had something wedged in there. There's a bit of clay. It's kind of slumped a little bit. It's had a bit of water in it. They've dug down a little bit there. But other than that, there's just this small gravel layer here. Goes up to the surface. So obviously they hadn't found very much in here. Must have been a trace of gold in one of these holes, so they dug the second one. Now we'll climb to the surface and have a bit more of a look around the area. Okay, so I packed up the rope ladder. It was just a cheapie that I was testing out. Got a 5 metre one through eBay. Seems to do the job. I would recommend having a secondary safety rope if you're climbing any deeper than that though. So a bit disappointing that there's nothing down there, but still interesting. Interesting to have a look at a couple of little diggings here. I'd love to know why they dug just 2 holes, and there's not even a trace of another test hole anywhere near here. But just up that gully there is a grave. So to make the video a little bit more interesting, I'll go and show you that, and then yeah, I'll have to find some better holes to climb down in this area. So this is what appears to be a grave. There's a hut site, a Chinese hut site, judging by some of the broken stuff that's on the, or in the ground around it. You can see a little layout of stones there. So the hut site's 100 metres or so away from here, and yeah, these rocks have very obviously been placed here. We're a fair way from any tracks or roads, or where any tracks or roads really existed. So this would have very strongly resembled the last resting place of an old-time miner, quite possibly a Chinese gold miner. So a little bit of local history there. This bush was burned a couple of years ago. You never would have found that. I stumbled across it when I was wandering around out here having a look. Took a couple of minutes to find it just then actually, even though I have a pretty good sense of direction. That's the sort of bush we're wandering around in. Pretty hot and dry at the moment. So yeah, a little bit of history. Can't show you any gold being found because, as I mentioned, you're not actually allowed to fossick around here, but it's an interesting place to go for a little wander. This poor fellow wandered no further. So thanks for watching this short video, folks. Hope you enjoyed it. We'll be getting back with plenty more prospecting and mine adventures and so on and so forth very shortly.